I left and I went to work, we went and set up the Center for Multi-Party Democracy. You've heard of that? CMD. Only two. Three. So within CMD, I had actually gone to CMD to work to do PR, public relations, because that was my forte then. But as I did my PR, and 3 years into doing very good PR for CMD, the organization was well known, and we had a very good brand. We started from scratch with Jerry Kabeberi and others. I got very stuck by what I saw in the political party world, which I had seen in the churches. That's why I began my history. The school was just a school. You know, most teachers are women. So you meet women in high school, you meet women in primary school, and then you meet them in the hospitals. True? But when I went to the churches, both the evangelicals and the Pentecostals, and then I went to the political party environment, I was struck by one thing: the absence of women. Whether young or old, there were just no women, and I'm talking about 2004. I don't know where you were in 2004. Probably where? Standard 6. Standard 5, Standard 6. So, there were no women in the political party. The same way you walked into a boardroom in the church and there were no women. Because churches are very male. Okay? Until recently, you never heard of a woman bishop. Did you? I'm not talking about the mushrooming Pentecostals and so on. I'm talking about the mainstream. Anglican, Catholic, Presbyterian, Methodist, the works. Okay? AIC, all of them, they really were more of male. So you have, in fact, there are even some churches that would say you stick to that scripture in the Bible that says women should not speak in church. Okay, so there were a lot of, I was very struck by the similarity between the church and the political party. But the political party was worse, because in church, you go to church and you find women. But you find women on this side and men on this side. You find very many women, very few men, but the men are the leaders. So the only thing that happens to women is, Mama fulani, hebu simama utuombee chakula. Sindio? Mama fulani, hebu kuja uombee sijui nini. Or there is a visitation. And so you walked into the boardroom of a political party and found 0 women. I remember the only 2 women you would find up to 2002, 2004, post multi-party era, where one, you found Charity Gilu, you found Martha Karua, you found Mobi Ngaro, you found Wagare Madai. Have I left anybody else? And then by the side you found a few others. You found Tabitha Say from Rift Valley, and you found a few others in what we call fringe political parties. But when we talked mainstream political parties, because this is a siasa place, so we must talk the political party, because that's the gateway to, that's the entry to political participation. And I want to start there so that I show you why women are where we are. There's a history to it. So you had how many parties then? Who would remember? Okay, let me start you from before the repeal of Section 2A. We had Kano, okay? But remember, at independence, we had we were a multi-party state. Then that was repealed, okay? So we became a one-party state all the way. So we have grown in a one-party state. Kano. Kano mama?
Baba na mtoto.
Akupwa na mtoto wakatufuata. Sahi. So Kano alikuwa baba na Kano alikuwa mama. Now the women who were in Kano were very few. It was Zipporah Kitoni. She was the most visible because women then were supposed to be working with maendeleo ya wanawake. Are we together? So the women were not in the mainstream political party. They were in maendeleo ya wanawake. And it was a huge movement. In fact, history will tell you that at some point, maendeleo merged with KANU. So it became KANU maendeleo ya wanawake. When you track the history of the involvement of women, it is the same thing. Never mind that at independence and even before, we know from history that there are very many women who are involved in the struggle for independence. And they were not just Mount Kenya women, as some people like to put it. No, there were women from the coastal region. Like who? Who would remember one? Any woman from the coast was involved in the independence struggle? No, you have to remember, you have to read. Mekatilili wa Mwanza. True. Yes. A powerful woman who was involved in the struggle for independence. When we got independence, there was one woman who was nominated into parliament, the first one. Who would know who it was? You have phones, you have smartphones. By now you'd have Googled. Or there is a rule not to use the phone.
Yes.
No. Ogot was actually elected. She was the first woman to be elected in Kenya. But we had nominations then. And there was a lady called Geshaga. She was from Murang'a somewhere. She was the first nominated woman. We did write a book, Honorable Wanyere Kihahoro and I, called Parliament and Parliamentarians. I don't think it's in vogue anymore. I think it ran out or something. But there is a book called Parliament and Parliamentarians, which you can check, and you will see that from one nominated woman, nominations went on and on and on and on, and it was never two. It was always one. And then finally we had Julia Ojiabo making history to be appointed as an assistant minister in Kenya. That time the world was electing women as presidents. We were appointing one assistant minister. Oh my goodness. When Nyiva Mwega got an appointment as minister, the world of women just went applauding because it was a first again. And for me, when I went to CMD, I realized why we had that kind of situation. If the political party called KANU had an SG Secretary General who was a male, had an executive director who was male, had an elections board director who was male, the whole treasurer male, everybody, organizing secretary, all the key positions were male. So we had KANU, and then, of course, this is now post-multipartism. Of course, you remember now we had DP, we had Democratic Party, that is, and we had Ford Kenya, and we had all of these Fords that then came about. But even as of 2004, when we had 157 political parties registered in Kenya, there wasn't a single mainstream political party that had accepted to mainstream the women. So as CMD, we made a very radical decision. We said, we're here to support the political parties with support from the Netherlands, and we will only support the party if you bring us women. If you don't bring us women, we will not support you. If you don't bring us young people, because there were also no young people. If you don't bring us young people, we will not support you. If you don't bring us persons with disabilities, because the political party has no people, or at least had no people with disabilities then. If you don't bring us people from minority communities. So after 3 years of working at CMD, I think 4, I requested to be allowed to begin a program, which I called the Inclusivity Program. And the Inclusivity Program was really a creation of mine. It was a creation of mine to enable me go out there and look for the youth, And not just look for the youth, look for resources as well to help the youth, young people, get into mainstream political parties. Not political party activities, get into the political party. To help the women, to help people with disabilities and minority, in fact we used to call them super minority. Communities. This I know we understand, because that's who you are. This I know you understand, because some of you are this. This you may understand. And this, Nerima, is still a very major challenge. Because even when you look around yourselves, is there any one of you with a disability? Hmm? Do you know somebody with a disability? We are a majority by numbers, but we are a minority in terms of decision making and representation. All right? Now, the LGBT fraternity has grown, albeit in different ways in different countries. In Europe, in America, they are huge. Now, when you come to Zimbabwe or Uganda, I won't talk about Kenya. When you go to Uganda, Museveni will tell you he will outlaw them, okay? So then they become a very small minority. Maybe they are not quite small, it is that the laws do not allow them to operate freely. Now that is also goes into the realm of human rights. It is a realm of human rights, but it's also a realm, for me, it's a morality question. And I am very clear, I said for me, it is a minority, it is a moral question. Because I have a moral compass. I don't know about you, you know you're too young. I don't know what your moral compasses are. But I would say they fall under minorities. So if they have to push for representation, it is in here. But I think in Kenya we are clear about it.